For as long as I can remember, I have been absolutely terrified of failure. Doesn't matter if it's work or school or relationships, I've always seen failure as something to be avoided at all costs. But there's always been one activity throughout my life that has been the greatest teacher for learning to embrace failure. I've been skating on and off for like 20 years now, which with that information you might be thinking, damn, he must be pretty good at skateboarding. Unfortunately, that's not the case. I'm still pretty terrible at it. I've lately started to understand why I never got that great at skateboarding. It's because for the longest time, I stopped failing. I learned a few tricks that I could do consistently and just stuck with those. I stayed in my comfort zone because I didn't want to repeatedly fail trying new tricks, so I ended up just staying stagnant. Despite how terrified of failing I've always been, nowadays 90% of my time on a skateboard is spent failing, and I absolutely love it. But even if you don't skate, you don't care about skateboarding, stick with me, because this lesson I've been learning is starting to transform my whole life. Well, that was really frustrating. I got really close a couple times and I destroyed my shins a couple times, and now I think I pulled a muscle in my leg, so today's gonna be another L. But I feel like I'm getting closer. This week, I gotta land it this week. When I was in San Diego, I got to meet up with Zach Dowdy, who is an incredible skateboarder and YouTuber. His channel is centered around skateboarding, but he also explores ideas within that, like skating with social anxiety and learning to appreciate the process of skateboarding. So I figured, since you can't really get to his level of skating without failing a lot, I figured he'd have some good insight on this topic. You got this.
As much as failure is a big part of skateboarding, failure is also a big part of success in my mind. So like without failure, you're never gonna succeed. And skateboarding has definitely taught me that. It has allowed me to accept that I'm gonna fail at almost everything if I want it enough. It's a good thing to fail because failing normally gives you experience, and experience in my situation has always been the best teacher. Now we are going to go down to a pretty legendary skate spot in Del Mar in San Diego, which resides right on the coast. Really rad sunset, and the coaster comes along. There's a train right there. People have known to do tricks right when the train's coming by. Not me, but that's our next stop. That's not gonna work.
I've always seen failure as something to be avoided. Like it's a mistake that indicates that you yourself are a failure. But that's just not the case. Failing is crucial. It's necessary. It's a part of the process, and it means that you're taking action and actually working towards something rather than just staying stagnant. And as an added bonus, when you finally do succeed, all of those failures just make the success feel that much better.
Oh, we got a train coming.
Oh shit.
Oh my god! No way did that just
I thought I was gonna
happen.
get blown off. Like
Dude.
it was like extra windy when I got up there. It was like pushing against.
Oh my, yeah, I could feel the wind. Like not only is this spot gnarly and scary already, it's super steep and like there's sand and dirt everywhere. So the spot's already gnarly, and then you're dealing with like a train honking and whizzing past you while doing it. That's insane. Good work.
I guess ultimately what I'm getting at is like anything that is worth it normally is a lot of hard work. And you go through that fear process and go through that punching through the wall and not knowing what you're gonna expect on the other side.
Yeah. Dude, so insane.
It starts to transpire into everything you do. You start to see it as like, well, if it's hard, it's almost like the incentive. If it's hard, then it is that much better and that much more worth it. If it's scary, then you know after that scare, that feeling is gonna be way better than any other feeling of doing something that's just not scary or not fearful.
I'm convinced that the reason I love skateboarding so much now is because of the failure, because of how much you have to endure all of that failure. It makes it such a rewarding activity. And for me, skateboarding has always been inherently playful. It's just a piece of wood with wheels on it, so I don't take it that seriously, and the failure isn't that big of a deal. But isn't that the case with all of life? Like sure, there are certain mistakes that are a big deal and need to be handled with more care. But for the most part, these failures that I'm so afraid of are never nearly as big of a deal as I make them out to be in my head. If I can view life a little more playful, a little more like skateboarding, it just frees me up to take more chances, and in my mind, that's gonna be a much more rewarding and fulfilling life than always just being afraid to make a mistake. Yeah. I'm getting real sick of not landing this, so maybe I'll just land it. Okay, this is happening. I'm counting it. I don't care. It was sketchy, but I'm counting it. Oh my gosh. Please tell me I was recording. Oh man. My body is hurting so bad from trying that all week. Oh, I'm a happy man. Thanks so much for watching. I appreciate you being here. Go check out Zach's channel. He's awesome. So much practical advice for skating and cool mindset stuff. So check out Zach's channel. Happy holidays. I'll see you soon.